Alright, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to overall talk on losing friends. I feel like that at some point in time in a person's life, young person, I feel like, but I mean, you could be at any age and stop being friends with somebody. Like there's people probably in their 30s, 40s, probably all the way in their like elderly ages, their senior ages and stuff, and then they just overall like fall out of contact with somebody. And yeah, no, it's crazy. It's one of those things where like you don't really understand it, but at the same time, like you gotta accept it. You gotta accept if that person don't want to be cool with you no more, if they're not hanging with you, if they ain't chilling with you, talking with you, whatever it is, like fam, it's okay. Like, the crazy thing about it is that I'm so used to it because it's been happening to me ever since I was a kid. Fam, do you know how many times, like, in elementary where it was like you were cool with a person and then, like, all of a sudden summer vacation done passed by, they ain't even chilled with you no more. It's almost as if, like, you guys was never even friends in the first place. And then it's like you try to like chill with them and then they just kind of acting all funny towards you. And it's all like, fam, did you have a nightmare about me or something? Like, what did I do to you? It wasn't even like video games, like online gaming was a thing back then. You seen my name pop up on the screen like 20, 40 times taking you out. Fam, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what I did, but overall, like I dealt with that stuff ever since I was a kid. I actually remember there was this one girl, and there's people out there that would just like be so weird towards you, where it's like you didn't even have like that chance of being friends with them. Like they're just So I guess like in a way, it's like, well, this episode is gonna be about like losing friends and then just overall people just being weird and stuff. But I even though that this kind of not has we wasn't even friends in the first place, but I did kind of want to just tell this story real quick, but. No, there was a time where there was a girl that I was trying to be cool with. So I guess it technically somewhat kind of can fall in that category of losing friends and stuff, or lose. I guess in this scenario it would be losing out on the opportunity of being friends with somebody. So the words are there, just a little bit more at it. But no, so anyways, no, I remember there was this one girl I tried to be cool with. Me and her, because we shared like a lot of the same like like similar like things. We both liked the same things. We were had like our friend groups was like literally like the same people and stuff. So but no, there would be at times where it's like if I was just talking to her, like she always would give me an attitude. The one thing that I can remember, and it was like such a pet peeve, and there was a day I remember I just snapped on her for just like kept continuously saying it. But anyways, but no, the one thing I remember she will always say is I don't care. So like if like so let's say we're all sitting down talking about video games, right? And then I'm like, like she, okay, so like one friend starts it off saying like, oh yeah, like let's say there's that time frame when like Grand Theft Auto San Andreas came out, like, oh yeah, I'm on the level where CJ and Big Smoke, they were chasing down the train. I'm like, then she goes and says like, oh, I'm stuck on that level. Like that level is so insane, it's crazy. It's like, how do you keep up with the train? Like I can understand why Big Smoke is going off on CJ saying he should just follow the train. And then I chime in and I'm like, yeah, I'm stuck on that level too. It's crazy. That level is hard. And then she'll just look at me and be like, I don't care. And it's stuff like that where it's like, fam, it's not even requiring you to care. We're all standing here as a group talking. Am I supposed to just sit here and just not say nothing? So yeah, I remember there was a day where I think it was me, her, and it was some other people, but I think the other people left to go do whatever. And so this is elementary, by the way. Like, so I'm like, I'm making it sound like that this is like an adult thing and stuff. But I have a very like good memory and stuff. So I remember this. I just don't remember the exact words, but I remember the actions. I remember, the scenarios and stuff on what had happened. But so anyways, I remember the friends, they went off to go do something, and they probably was just, overall seeing like, oh, like, let's see what happens if we just leave them two together and things and see what goes down. So anyways, I think what was just like, okay, like not to just be sitting here not saying things, like I'm not gonna make the situation awkward. So I think I had I said something to her, and then she hit me with, like, that was the last time she had hit me with I don't care, because at that point I had just snapped. I was just like, I don't remember the exact words, but I think it went something along the lines like, look, I don't know why you always say I don't care. You say that all the time. You always say I don't care, I don't care. And it's like, fam, stop saying that. Like, there's no reason to say that to a person every time when they trying to have a conversation with you. It's like, that's weird, okay? So I remember I was walking off, and then she was just like, no, wait, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't really, I'm like, nah. And I was just like, no, at that point, I was just like, you know what? No, like, forget her, forget those friends, forget, like, that whole group and stuff. And I remember I stopped hanging out with those guys. And so I guess, like, in a way, like, yeah, then I don't remember those people's names. Like, I just remember, like, somewhat of their faces, and that's about it and things. But anyways, I was like, nah, fam. I was just like, nah, I'm done with them. And so I was like, found another friend group. And yeah, then it was like, as the time progressed on, I lost that friend group. And then it just seems like all throughout like school, it's like you're slowly losing your friends. And then it gets to a point in time where it's like, fam, like, you get to your adult years, and it's like a lot of these friends are going to be having families. You know, a lot of these friends is going to move away. I'm saying it's like, it's going to be a lot of different situations that goes down to where it's like, you know, you ain't, the people that you was like hanging out with, like, even after you graduate high school and all that stuff, it's going to get to a point in time where it's like, I guess, like, if you guys are like roommates, or if y'all are still cool to this day, then it's like, okay, then that's chill. Me, speaking on my own, like, you know, experience and my own self, it's like, I had to say, like, I probably the, like, next group of friends that I have, and I'm like, fam, like, if it gets to a point in time where I end up losing out, I mean, because, no, the thing is like, that it runs through my head. It, like, makes me overthink. I'm like, fam, it probably will get to a point where I end up losing those friends, too. And cause no, there's I remember when I very first kind of like got into content creating, or it was just like, where it's like the more I got into it, now it's like the more friends I was making. And yeah, there was like some Twitch streamers where it's like, I don't even hear from those streamers anymore. Like, I don't follow them on social media. Same with YouTube. It's like, I don't follow them on social media. I don't see them post anymore. So it was like, it was that. And then I'm like, then there's other creators, other content creators, where it's like, you are slowly realizing like, dang, I'm losing out on a friend right now. So, and it's crazy. It's honestly, it's crazy, like, when you're seeing it go down. It's like when you don't realize that stuff, like, when you start being friends, you're just enjoying the moment of when you're friends with them. But then it's like, it gets to a point in time where you're all like, dang, I haven't talked to this person in like months. I haven't talked to them in a while. It's like, what's going on and stuff. And then you reach out, and it just kind of seems like awkward. It seems like it's like bad timing and stuff. So yeah, like, the thing is, like, with me, I'm like, because I had to say, probably, like, out of all my friends, I'm the only one that's, like, not in a relationship, not married, don't got kids. So I'm just kind of, like, soloing it right now and things. Meanwhile, like, all my friends, it's like, they all got into, like, or at least the friends I, like, that I met in school, they're, like, yeah, all in relationships, all, like, got families, and so, well, not all of them, like, there's, like, the side where they're in relationships, and then there's the other side that got families and things. And yeah, it's like, you know, it's people you was hanging out with at one point, then it gets to a point in time where it's like you ain't hanging out with them no more. So it's like, dang, you know, it's crazy. And then with content creating, I mean, like, I guess, like, you'll start noticing it when it's like you and that person isn't talking anymore. If you're a Twitch streamer, that person's not joining your streams anymore. If you're a YouTuber, then that person's not commenting on your videos anymore, and you guys aren't really like interacting with each other's channels and stuff. Or just even if you're like on any other social media platform, it's like, yeah, you tend to like realize that stuff, and then, you know, it's like you might have like those like final few moments where you're just reaching out to them. Then eventually it gets to a point in time where it's like one unfollows the other, and then you guys are just, you know, once again strangers and stuff. So it's one of those things where it's like you can't let it get to you, because I feel like that's the issue with losing friends, is a lot of people, they let it get to them and stuff. And I'm like, with me, it's like I said, I've been dealing with it ever since I was a kid. So, like, I feel like if you deal with that stuff young, then you kind of, like, get out all the emotions that you have at that time frame. But then as you get older, you just really ain't got no more emotions for it. Now, like, fam, like, there's so many friends I'm like, I done lost out on, like, in the recent times, like, in the recent years. and it was like people I considered close, and then it's like losing out. You realize you ain't talking with them. You realize, and it's like you can go a while without, like, not even a while. It's like you probably could go on for the rest of your life not talking to them or whenever and stuff. It'll just probably be like extremely rare occasions when you talk to them. But yeah, you'll start realizing all that. Then it's like, wow, all right. And then you're like probably like right back in the position where you're becoming friends with somebody. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, you just can't let it get to you and stuff. It's like, hey, okay, it's like I gotta move on. I can't let it, like, bring me out of a good mental state. Can't let it, because like, I mean, like, a part of you is gonna probably like partially be depressed and things about it. Like, there's, like, some friends where it's like, you expect it to be cool with them for the rest of your life. And then once you, like, kind of just see them go down their own path and go down their own. And I'm like, I'm doing the same thing myself. I'm like, I'm going down my own path, going down my own road. And, yeah, overall, I'm like, I can't, there's, like, like, to go and, like, try to, like, oh, no, like, follow me, like, be friends with me forever. It's like, fam, it's things like that where I'm all like, I can't be that person. It's like, if a person, that's the thing where it's like, a phone, like, if you find yourself where you're constantly reaching out to this person, because think about it, it's like the phone works both ways. So if you find yourself reaching out to a person and they either don't respond or they are not as responsive as they were at one point in time, it's like, the phone, I'm pretty, look, here's the thing. Because I feel like a lot of people will think that it's all like, oh, well, maybe they're not at their phone. I don't know not one person, maybe the older generation, but I feel like the younger generation, you always, at any given point in time, you always have your phone with you. I don't care if I'm going downstairs just to get me a drink of water real quick or to get something. I'm like, fam, I make sure I have my phone in my pocket because you never know what you might need to go and post on your phone. I'm like, I go downstairs. I'm like, dang, I need to do a TikTok real quick. And I'm like, okay, I bring my phone everywhere I go. All right. So if a person has their phone 24/7, okay? If not, they got it 3/6. They might have it 22/5. They're going to have their phone at some point in time throughout the day, throughout the week. There's never going to be a point in time where a person don't have their phone, all right? So if you constantly find yourself reaching out to a person and they're not responding or they're not as responsive, you lost a friend, okay? You're not chill with that. Because my thing is this, if you don't reach out to this person, if you don't talk, years done pass by and you still haven't talked to that person, it's like, fam, I'm saying, like, and I guess, like, I know people will probably be like, well, what if you are just like liking each other's posts on social media? I feel like you don't really lose a friend if you guys are doing that. Like, if you're liking each other's posts and overall, like, you just kind of just being somewhat responsive. Like, I can understand when a person, if they get busy in life and things and you can't be as active as you were on social media or anywhere at one point in time. Like, I get that. I 100% get that. But like, yeah, if you guys post frequently and you guys are liking each other's posts, it's like, yeah, you can't sit there and have a full-fledged conversation, but you can, like, drop an occasional comment and, likes and stuff, and, yeah, leave it at that and things. But if none of that stuff is happening, it's like, fam, you lost a friend. I'm saying, because it's like, you think about it, like, unless, like, yeah, if a person's like real busy and they just not active on social media and stuff, then I'm like, and they're just not as active as all, then it's like, okay, that person is just busy. You didn't lose a friend because a friend wanted to stop being friends with you. No, you lost a friend because they have like a crap ton of responsibilities that they need to tend to and stuff. So yeah, overall, I feel like, there's that. And then there's the losing friends because they don't want to be chill with you. Yeah, if you lose a friend because they don't want to be chill with you, then it's like, fam, then it's like, that's what that's what happens. Like, that's overall, it's like you find yourself in a situation where it's like, all right, I guess like that, the last conversation you had with that person is the last conversation you had with them, and you just gotta move on and things, like make other friends if you need to. But overall, it's like to still be trying to like hold on to something and it ain't there anymore, then it's like, fam, like why are you doing that to yourself? Because like I said, it's like a conversation. It's a two-way street. If it's like sending all these like messages or just commenting or whatever, and that person ain't responding or barely responding to you, then it's like, fam. But it's like if you see them being active with everybody else, and it's like it's things like that. It's things like that where it's like I sit down and think, on like one of the friends where it's like I really I wouldn't necessarily, because I'm like we somewhat keep in contact, but it got to a point where it's like that friend had they got into, this is somebody that I was like was chilling with on a day-to-day basis. But I guess I can understand, because like at times, like I guess like guys can be jealous if you are like talking to a girl and stuff, or if she got like some sort of guy friend or whatever. So I'm like, that I can understand. But no, I remember I was like overall talking with this girl. Why am I making this scene? It was the girl that I was with the situation that happened a couple of years ago. Like overall, like yeah, even though I had feelings for her, but we were friends, like or we would like talk on a regular basis and things. But yeah, it's like then when she got into that relationship, then it's like you find yourself not really talking with that person no more, and gets to the point where you're not even really hanging out with that person. And it was like, I think last time it was like there was the one time, and I like, the thing is like I know people probably would think like, dang, that's like, man, you got a good heart, and you like you got an extremely good heart. But anyways, I remember there was a time where she asked me if I was awake, or if I was like, if I'm at home or whatever. So I say, yeah, and I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, maybe she wants to hang out or something, because I'm like, it's been a while since I've seen her and things. I'm like, despite the whole situation, I'm like, still consider her a friend. But no, it was she wanted me to cover for her so she could go hang out with the guy. So, yeah, I was like, that, it was at that moment when I realized it was like, hey, you know what? If the last time I seen her was the last time I see her, I'm like, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's like, it is like, mentally damaging to a person when it's like, you got to think of stuff like that. But it's like, hey, there's people. I view it as this. I'm like, there's people out there in life that's dealing with far more worse things than me. But I do feel like that's something where it's like, dang, man, like I'm not doing nothing. Like I'm just at home recording videos and streaming and stuff. Like I can push that stuff off and things, but yeah, it is what it is, I guess. So, but anyways, yeah, overall, like, when you start losing friends, it's just one of those things you gotta accept. All right, don't overall like, lose any sleep or be all sad and upset about it and stuff. It's just one of those things that if it goes down, it goes down. So, but anyways, yeah, and that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It would knock $20 off your first purchase. And then that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.